Hey guys, I just noticed that we are running very low on sauerkraut, so I'm making a new batch today along with some other ferments. I thought I would take you along with me and show you how I do it. If you're new here, welcome. Please like and subscribe. So I am boiling water and I'm going to pour it over the jars and the lids that I'm using for my fermented carrots and sauerkraut. Then I'm gonna do 2 cups of water here. I'm only gonna do like 1 cup of hot water because I don't want the water to be super hot. And then I'll add another cup of cold Berkey water to dissolve the salt for my brine for the carrot fermented jar. The brine doesn't need to be hot. It just helps to dissolve the salt more effectively if the water's warm. So I always use a little bit of the hot water, but I'm gonna put this whole measuring cup into the fridge so that it'll cool off. I don't need it hot. While I cut my ginger, garlic, and continue to toss this cabbage. The brine is only needed for the gingered carrots because the cabbage, when you mix it with salt for about 10 minutes, it creates its own brine. So here's my jar. It's already been, what is the word? Sanitized? I guess so, sanitized. Hot water poured on it. I'm chopping up some fresh ginger and garlic, and I've got baby carrots. I've done the whole carrots before where you peel them and just do chunks, same thing. So organic baby carrots, some garlic, some ginger. I've got some organic red chili flakes. I'm gonna follow this recipe because I think my husband's going to love it. Usually I do garlic, onion, and carrots. The ginger and the chili flakes is new, and there's no onions in this one, so I'm just gonna check this out. But I'm keeping a little ginger on the side so I can make myself a little hot cup of chamomile ginger and lemon tea when I'm done here. I also have some sourdough bread rising. I just mixed the dough, so tonight, maybe not, I don't know, it's 1 o'clock, 10 hours from now. I don't know if I'll get to bake it tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. So it's gonna have an extra long ferment. And yesterday I got my broccoli sprouting seeds and little lids for mason jars with screens. So I am sprouting my first time ever broccoli. Well, not my first time ever. I did this once a long time ago and didn't stick with it, but I'm ready to do it again. So I'll show you that too. Lots of fun kitchen stuff happening today. So this is the easiest thing ever. I'm just gonna mix up the ginger and garlic. I'm gonna do a tiny little bit here. I'll probably put three layers, kind of like a lasagna. So now I'll put some carrots, then a little more of this. I'm just gonna do an 1/8 teaspoon of the red chili flakes because this is half the serving. This is half the recipe. It's supposed to be a pound of carrots, but I only have half a pound. So I'm gonna throw in some carrots, then a little bit more of this stuff. That way everything, all the flavors are there. bit of organic red chili flakes. Whoa, not too much. A tiny bit more than that. And then those 2 cups of water, the whole 2 cups are not gonna fit in here, but the brine was 2 cups of water and 2 teaspoons of salt. So that brine is in the fridge cooling off so it won't be too hot for the jar. And now I'll just pour it right over this and put the fermenting lid. You don't have to have a fermenting kit, but I found it worth the investment because you have the weight and the little rubber lid that just lets the air out by itself instead of you having to twist the lid every day to let the air out so it won't burst. So I think it's a good investment, and it comes with 4, and unless you're gonna be like fermenting queen, it's plenty. It also comes with this to pack into the jar, which is extremely helpful as well, especially for things like sauerkraut and looser kinds of fermenting veggies. This, you don't really pack with that because they're hard, but the weight will help keep it down. And this will do all the work for me. I'll just leave this on the counter for 2 weeks. It looks beautiful and it tastes delicious in salad or as a side item every day, like 2 tablespoons for all the health benefits of fermented foods. This is actually for, I wonder if I should use it. If I use it, it's gonna overflow and everything's under. So I think I feel fine not using that. I'm just going to do this. This is for the, not the wide mouth jars. And I put so much brine in there. But you see what I'm saying? Like I only used a cup of brine. I didn't need the whole 2 cups for this. So it has, next time I guess I could do 1 cup and a teaspoon of salt instead of 2 cups and 2 teaspoons of salt. So that will just sit on the shelf for 2 weeks and it'll be ready. And then you pop it in the fridge and it lasts about a month or longer. So now I'm gonna continue the cabbage. I could use to not waste this brine. And I've got yellow pepper, I've got cucumbers, but they're not organic, so I don't know if I want to use them. So I may just waste the brine. That's okay. It's just water and a little salt. It's not the end of the world, but it's just ready and it would be great to use it, but it's okay. So there are my broccoli seeds. Basically, I put sprout seeds into this jar. I invested in these screen lids. You fill the jar with water, and I put soap and apple cider vinegar, stirred it real well, let it sit for like 10 minutes, then rinse them like crazy, and then let them soak in fresh, clean water overnight, and then drain them completely out and put them in an angle like that in a bowl, and between 3 and 5 days they'll be ready. So that's it. Super easy. I don't know why I didn't continue before. Maybe I didn't have success, and I think they were too peppery for my taste, but I'll make myself eat them. Super nutrient dense food. Sauerkraut is burdensome because it's not as easy as this, where you just cut some stuff, put it in a jar, fill it with brine, and then it's ready. Sauerkraut though is so healthy that I don't want to go without it. It is one of the richest foods in vitamin C. And of course it's got its fermented health benefits. There are many things that we eat that are fermented. Our sourdough bread, I make kombucha, yogurt of course, and then other fermented veggies. And is that it? I think that's it. But this has so much vitamin C. I really want it in our regular diet. So now it's time to continue moving it around. It takes like 10 minutes when you don't stop, but I've done other stuff in the meantime. So it's just been sitting here. I've given it a few turns and then just packed it down. So it is sweating a little, which already helps speed up the process. So maybe it'll just be 5 minutes or so of me mixing it. And then I'll pack the jars for this and I'll be done. I can enjoy my tea. To 2 small jars, wide mouth, because I forgot these, I only have wide mouth for this. And you don't use the weight for the sauerkraut, you use a cabbage leaf. So in the beginning, you set aside your cabbage leaves, and this is gonna be what goes over it before you cover it. So I'm gonna pack these, and this is where this thing comes in so handy. It is so hard to pack the cabbage in and put it all underneath the brine without this thing. In the beginning, when I first started doing this, I didn't want to invest in the kit because I always think everything's a gimmick. You don't need the stuff, but the tools are worth the investment. I will post the link to the beginner's kit that I purchased on Amazon in the description box. It's worth it because it comes with these, the weights, this awesome tool, and a cookbook or a recipes book with many ideas, and they're super easy. It's not complicated. It's not intimidating, and you could have some great ideas right off the bat of what you can ferment. So time to pack these babies and have a little tea. And I think I'm gonna slip on my boots and take a walk before the rain hits, because the day is looking gorgeous right now, but the dark clouds are coming and I don't want to miss the opportunity to go on a walk. I'll take you guys with me and show you some pretty scenery. Guys, I'm going to let those ferment on my counter for 2 weeks and then enjoy. I'm gonna take a little walk. It's kind of, wow, it's almost 2 o'clock. I can't believe it. But that was my main goal for today, just to get some good ferments going. I've got my kombucha fermenting. I've got my sourdough rising. Tomorrow I'll bake that. And it's gonna be a great weekend. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. God bless you guys. See you next time.